I grew up in a communal home. My mother and her three sisters, we all lived in very close proximity to each other. I grew up around these four women that just created culinary magic in that kitchen. And I was the first daughter out of 13 boys on that side of the family, so there was no one else to really play with. They were all boys. I ended up being in the kitchen a lot with the women, and so my food influence started really young. The part of India that I come from, Kerala, had a lot of external influences. The spice route was the reason that we had a lot of trade that happened in that part of India, because it's a peninsula, it's right on the Indian Ocean. And so it's lush and vibrant, full of spices. You know, if somebody didn't have the gumption to use a particular spice that came from another region, another country, another continent, we wouldn't have the cuisine that we have today. And so that's where spice route comes in. We take the old and we incorporate it with the new influences that we have, the global influences that we have, and make a tremendous new tradition moving forward, rooted in the old tradition. So I'm very rooted in Kerala cuisine. I will stick to tradition on many a dish, but then I know that I can actually create an amazing dish by adding a global influence to it. And it will still say Kerala. We take clients on a magical odyssey into Kerala. It's not just about the cuisine. Our guests come away with a much deeper experience than just eating a meal. It's quite educational as well, and we make it very fun and it's very interactive. There is no better hospitality that you can show, I think, to your fellow man than to sit around a table and share a meal. There's a connection that happens over food that is just priceless. People connect to food. We all do. I'm always going back to those early years and my early influences, and they're all just a phone call away, all four of them, my mom and her three sisters. And I speak to them a lot, and when I speak to them, it's always about food. I think it warms their hearts beyond what they can put into words, because it's just the idea that this tradition is being followed through to the next generation. Cooking is my passion. I love cooking, and I love the idea that I'm a cultural ambassador that brings forth this amazing cuisine to a wider audience.